Hey guys, back 2020. Jared Freid's my guest on the Captain's Log. Thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate you taking a ride, doing a little press in Fort Myers for your big weekend debut. This is the first time at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped to be here. Thank you for having me. Oh, there we are. You now are sharing to my page.
Yeah, we get some people on there. We'll see who's up at 8:30 in the morning. You know,
on with Captain Brian.
That's it.
Let's do it. Yeah, man, it was good. The show last night was great. We did some radio.
The one thing that I really was intrigued to talk to you about is, one, how you started in comedy, and two, the podcast thing that you got going on. You Up and Betches.
I co-host a podcast with Jordana Abraham on Betches called the You Up Podcast, and we give dating advice. It's a dating and relationship podcast. Basically the cross between technology and dating, kind of the brave new world of dating when it involves your phone and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and texting and Twitter and all that stuff.
So do you use all of the little tricks, hints, and knowledge that you learn in your dating life?
So, like, do
you spin it? You flip it on them?
There's no flip. That's why people like the show, because I think they're dealing with a guy who's being as honest as they can be.
Yeah.
We do the male and female perspective on You Up, and a lot of women come to the show because they're like, okay, Jared's a lot like the guy that I'm seeing. I think we're all 10% away from each other. I'm, I'm a fine-looking guy that's, your brother, your cousin, your guy you dated, the guy you dumped, the guy who ghosted you. So I'm a lot like the person that you're seeing, or I'm 10% away from them. We're not all that different. So I'm a product of timing, because when I went to college, it was Facebook. And then you get out of college, they have dating websites. It becomes a little less weird to be on a dating website. Then you get Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. All those things start to come out as I'm a single guy, while dating apps, the swiping era starts. So it's like, I've been going through this stuff, and all I do on the podcast is I have to be more honest than I can be with maybe people I've dated in the past. Because on a podcast, I don't have to see their facial expressions, and it's a little bit easier. And that's so a lot of people come to the show and they go, well, I'm going through this specific situation, and I'll understand and I'll remember a time that I was liking a bunch of girls' Instagram pictures, or I was Snapchatting instead of texting, or I was not sending a text or saying I was a bad texter. Most of these situations are very similar to ones that I've been through, so that's why I can be pretty honest on the show. If anything, it's made my dating life harder, because my girlfriend can go and listen to me with absolutely no filter, so.
And that could be, does that get awkward when you go home and you're like, honey, it's for the show, I gotta tell the truth?
Well, it's only awkward if I'm lying, so it keeps me, I think it keeps me more honest.
So you just tell the truth about all of it?
Yeah, there's nothing really for me to hide, so I do understand. The thing is, like, there's no stupid question on the show. Like, I think a lot of dating questions get rolled up into this, like, he's not into you, and then people move on with their lives, and it's like, no, a lot of people want to know the why. A lot of people want to know what happened, or where it went wrong, or how they could have been better. And a lot of it comes down to it's not the match, but then it's also like these people that you're dealing with have their own inadequacies and issues, and it's usually the person dealing with their own crap and not looking. A lot of times, like girls will write like, well, I don't want to be annoying, I don't want to be too much, and it's like, that'd be a weird reason to dump you.
Yeah,
it'd be a reason to go to your friends, a group of your friends, and go, oh, can you believe this chick? She keeps asking me to hang out because she wants to hang out with me. It makes me so much. Ugh, what an annoying person. It's like, no, that's not weird.
But girls think that. Ladies get in their feelings. They're thinking like, oh, I don't know if I should call him, right?
Men have been let off the hook by women thinking that they're crazy for many years.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time, women have gone, am I being crazy? And men have just been allowed to get away with a lot of bullshit. I understand that. I've been allowed to get away with bullshit too. I'm not saying that this is abnormal or stupid. It's just more that, like, this is how it goes. It's just, and the podcast is there to be like, hey, you're not crazy. You're not stupid. You're not, out of your mind. You're not weird for noticing. It's like when someone, if someone watches your stories on Instagram but doesn't ever follow. if you brought that up, they go, stop being so sensitive. You're not so big a deal. No, it matters.
Right.
It all matters. So I think that's a big thing with dating, where we end up being alone and lonely because we don't talk about these things.
So, what advice do you give me? I'm single. I've been divorced twice. A 10-year expiration date, I think. Like,
okay.
After 10 years, I basically I must.
What happened?
Just one thing after another. Who knows? I don't know if you change or whatever. I got 2 great kids. Things are great. But,
what are you looking for? I think a lot of times it's about being honest with what you want, and it's not about the other person. A lot of people, what I find is, the people who say, "Oh, I have the craziest dating life," they're the crazy ones.
Yeah. They have the craziest dating life because they get into all these weird stuff, or they just find one whack job after another.
No, you're in the story. The constant is you. You attract weirdo. No. Yeah. You're a weirdo.
Pickers.
It's not even, that doesn't exist to me. Bad pickers. It's you not being honest with yourself and aware with yourself that you're a part of the problem, and you have these anxieties, and you have these quirks that bring you to certain people, that attach you to people, that make it so you don't read between the lines, that make it so you don't back off, that make it so you don't push forward. So this is all personal stuff.
Yeah.
So, for you, what are you looking for?
I think I'm looking for, a nice lady who's likes to have a good time.
See, you're already lying to me. You don't want a lady.
Why not?
You want a nice lady. If a nice lady came out to you, you go, no. I want to get drunk with you. I want to go.
I don't drink a lot.
Well, it doesn't matter. But you want to go out. It's not even party. It's like
I like dinners. Someone who likes to go to dinner.
Okay, dinner. Okay, so a human. You're not being
who likes
specific
to eat.
yourself.
What do I need to look for? Tell me.
I don't know.
Give me a couple of hints.
You gotta be honest with yourself. Do you want a hookup or do you want a relationship?
I want a relationship with a lot of hooking up.
See, that's not a lady.
What do you mean?
That's a woman. That's a freak in the sheets. Lady in the streets type of thing.
That's what you want.
No, but I'm saying this is where we get a little off. Because people on dating apps especially, they'll go. Someone will say, "Well, what are you looking for?" And they'll go, maybe hang with someone, and if it could get better, if it's the right match, then we'll go on. Everyone says the same thing.
Absolutely.
Everyone says, I want to hook up at first, and then and if it's the right person, we'll keep going. And it's like, yeah, that's everybody. But what specific type of person? Do you want someone, that's funny? Do you want someone that will talk politics with you? Do you want someone
anyone that wants to talk politics. Well, no, and I don't want anybody who...
So someone who doesn't care about those things. That's okay.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody who wants to read my horoscope.
Okay, so those are two people...
Because I know nothing about it.
Well, those are people... Sometimes people talk about horoscopes because they have nothing else to talk about with the person.
Yeah.
There's no connection, so they're like, okay, let's find this thing in the paper that can create a connection.
Like my zodiac sign.
Something to talk about.
I don't know. All. I barely know that,
Yeah, anyone who talks about zodiac signs, they just have nothing to talk about. So it's like...
and they're into it. Like, it's too much.
I don't think they're into it.
You don't think?
No.
Dude, one time I had a date, and she literally gave 28-page thesis.
But don't you say to her, but at that point on the date,
I was lost after the first sentence.
But not even lost. Like if someone brought up a 28-page thesis of the zodiac thing, I would go, well, okay, cool, but do you have a brother or sister? I wouldn't, we're not talking about anything at this point. To me that's like quantum physics. At a certain point I would go, well, who's your family? Where are you from? What was your last boyfriend like? Why did you guys break up? Sometimes it's not about the person's telling you, it's what are the questions you're asking. Do you care enough to hear the answers to these questions? And that's also part of it goes back to what are you looking for? How serious do you want to be? You want to go on dinners, but I don't want to go on dinners with people that I don't want to spend 2 hours with.
Yeah.
So I'd rather go.
But wait, are you good at dating? You're in a relationship now?
I'm in a relationship now. Yeah.
And do you think that you're good at it?
I don't think there's such a thing as good at it.
Have you been married?
No.
And you don't have any kids?
No kids. So I'm good at something.
Yeah.
If I don't,
you're a good escaper.
Yeah, I'm good at using protection.
That's good. That helps. Hey, at least you get hang a star on something.
Yeah, that's right.
Do that.
But I'm saying the good at dating. There's no one that's good at it. There's no one good at relationships. We're all bad at it. It's not. I'm not breaking any news by saying these are all difficult things. But it's not.
What happens when you get the girl that literally is like, hey, we've gone on 5 dates. I think we should go to the next level. And if you don't want to commit to me, then we can't see each other anymore. And you're like, oh, but I kind of like this girl. I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, no, you know what?
How long do you need?
Here's that. Well, that's the thing. It's a 2-person contract. So relationships are all 2 people contracts. You both have to sign on. Okay. Sometimes you sign a contract that you don't like, and then you start hating the person.
Yeah, you don't want to regret it.
So that's the hardest part. Is like, your negotiations constantly when people you're dating. Okay. So I mean, I'm going through this in my own relationship. I'm not above it. We're all not above it. So you go on 5 dates with someone, and you're like, this is great. I'm having sex. I like this person. How many dates do you need
before you have sex?
Doesn't matter. Whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no laws. There's no rules. Any book you read that says there's a rule, that's a person that just took your money. Yeah. So like the reality is
their rule.
You have a standard. You go on the date. You go, I had a great time with this person. I'm going to sleep with this person. We're going to have a good. I'd like to now see them again for the same thing again. Then the person looks at you and goes, yeah, but I want you to meet my parents. And you go, whoa. That's a new contract offer.
Yeah.
And you got to go, well, I'm not ready to meet your parents, but I do want to continue seeing you. And then they go, well, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to meet my parents. This is a very extreme example, but I'm saying they'll go, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to meet my parents. And you go, well, then I have to walk away from the negotiation table. I have to take my penis with me.
Right.
Take
all that good dick with you.
Take that dick on and take it home.
Yeah,
and it's like
too much.
But that's the thing. You have to be able. It's like, you have to walk away at a certain point. You got to walk away from the table and go, yeah, I didn't get everything I wanted, but I wasn't going to be happy living in a contract that wasn't fulfilling my needs. And I think a lot of people, what the reason relationships go badly is one person has the contract they want, and the other person is in a contract they don't like. And it's like, and then they begin to resent the contract that they signed, and then they blame the person that they signed the contract.
How do you know when you have a contract, when you're in the contract phase?
You're always, every single time.
It's a contract from the start?
You and I are in a contract right now.
Yes.
You said to me, let's go, if you're going to come to Off the Hook Comedy Club all weekend, I got 5 more shows. So and
they're funny.
And they're going to be funny.
You're not
funnier
than
than this.
A lot of dating advice on the show. But.
But I'm saying, and I said, and then you go, okay, but we got to do radio. And then I would go, well, I don't want to do radio.
Right.
And then you go, well, then we have to leave the negotiation. Maybe we give you less money. Maybe I give you less time. So this is the same with dating. I think a lot of times, and this is really hard for people to understand, and I understand that, and it sounds maniacal, but I think 2 things can be true. Relationships are very emotional, but also they're not very personal. So I think a lot of times the things that we're doing are not about the person across from you. It's about you and your needs and your deficiencies, again, the things that make you stay up at night. I always am always trying to get in shape. Like that's like the story of my life.
Right,
I'm always feeling like I gotta lose 10 or I gotta eat better. So when I was dating, a lot of times girls would be like, let's go out Tuesday, let's do dinner. And I'd be like, I really don't want to drink on Tuesday. I'm trying to be good on Tuesday. Yeah. And then they would go, like me, and I go, I don't like you as much as I like feeling good on Wednesday morning.
Right.
And that's a tough thing. It's not about them. It's not personal to them. It's not that I don't want to go out with them on Tuesday. It's that I'm fucked up, and I need to have turkey Tuesday so that I feel good on a Wednesday so that I can go and do my job on a Thursday. Sure. And it's like, now we're just 2 people with our own craziness in our head, trying to find someone who the puzzle piece of other craziness that I can fit in with. So that's an example where it's like, that's not about the woman. That's not that I'm not wanting to go out with someone that's beautiful and smart and fun. That's that I'm not ready mentally.
Isn't that when you just say like, hey, you know what? It's Tuesday night. Why don't you just come over? We'll hang out. We'll get a movie.
And then they go, well, then it becomes personal. And then they go, oh, you think I'm a come over and girl? You think I'm a Netflix and chill girl?
No, but at the end of the day, that's what I feel like doing. If you want to see me on Tuesday, that's where I'm at.
But now it's like, well, I'm saying this is where it becomes personal. This is when
when the contract gets real.
That's when the contract gets real. That's when we've went on one date and you want me to sit on your couch. Oh, you think that you don't want to put effort in, you don't want to pay for a date, you don't want to take me out. This is where you get down those roads. You know, and that's why it's so difficult. But is that
not effort still in this dating age and single life? But somebody else could have hung out with you. You could have
effort to you is that's the last guy who burned me to them.
Gotcha.
You know, so but you might find someone that goes, I would love to come to your couch and chill. Right. And then now you're a better match. Now you're the match. It's not that personal. It's about finding the match. The person that gets mad what happens a lot is because of these dating apps, you can find a person and you go, oh, I got a person that's willing to interact on this level. And then they try to take that person and make them into the person that they were trying to date because they're going back out there to find a new person that might not exist. You know, this all it's all fucked up. It all sucks. You know,
they say by 2022, 80% of all relationships will have been some match made online. Is that?
Absolutely.
I do too.
Because it's easy. You can do it while you're pooping. Yeah. You know, like you could be at the bar while on the toilet. That's true. Right. That's what's better than that?
Do you tell them that or do you not tell them that?
I put up a little toilet I put a toilet emoji next to my name when I'm on the toilet. Yeah. Take away the toilet when I'm off the toilet.
Right. Yeah. Good move. You want to be upfront.
It's like on G-Chat when it's available, not available, toilet. That's what I do.
Then you just a big turd.
Little turd.
With a smiley or an upside down?
Of course. I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. That's where I do all my best thinking.
That's great. Jared Freid's my guest, guys, on the Captain's Log. You can see him all weekend at Off the Hook Comedy Club. Get tickets offthehookcomedy.com.
I like the club. I'm a fan of the club.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We were fans of you. That's why I booked you. It took me a little time to figure out a date that worked for you and me. So you're busy. You're touring all around the country.
I'm here.
How many weekends are you on the road?
I was on the road every weekend last year.
Every weekend.
I was away. I'm Delta Medallion status. Shout out Delta.
I saw you say that. Yeah.
I'm a big Delta guy. No, I was because I did I do stand-up.
You're a terrible guy to date then.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah. You're home on Tuesday. You're gone again on Wednesday.
I got a good contract going. My girlfriend, she's been really good about it, but I do a lot of different things. So like, I do stand-up. I open for some comics around the country. I do the live podcast. I also, do The Bachelor. So like, I like The Bachelor starts Monday. Are you a fan?
I actually do like the show, but I'm not diehard. But when I watch it, I enjoy it a lot.
So I love The Bachelor.
You're like a super fan.
I'm a super fan. I scream at the TV. Every Monday night on my Instagram stories, I yell at the TV while the show is going on. People watch with me during commercial breaks, and I did a preview. So, like, I also write for a lot of places, so I did a preview this week where I made fun of every Bachelor contestant that's going to start the show this Monday. So that's on my Instagram. But
who's the hottest? Who's going to win?
There was a girl. I don't know who's going to win. I'm not like a big, like,
You're
Bachelor prognosticator.
Okay.
No. I'm not a picker.
You just go right hard after.
I'm more the Chris Collinsworth than I am the Swami. You know, like I like talking about the game. I like talking about the relationships and how they turn out. Peter is the Bachelor this season. Peter,
and who is he? What does he
do?
So
Peter was on The Bachelorette. Hannah B was the you have to keep going back to the history to understand the future.
They put new people on, right? That it used to be on or whatever.
So they had people that were contestants once. Yeah. The beloved people end up being the Bachelor, which is like getting a check, winning the lottery at a certain point. Like once you become the Bachelor, it's almost like Hunger Games. Like you're one of the tributes that won. Yep. So so Hannah B was the last Bachelorette. Hannah B got burned at the last season. The storyline from last season was Hannah B had sex with Peter. This is a real story that was on ABC.
Okay.
Had sex with Peter 4 times in a windmill. Okay? That sounds like a riddle, right?
Yeah.
Hannah B, there was a windmill hotel. Hannah B has sex with Peter 4 times in the windmill, then dumps him.
Oh.
Okay? So
maybe the first few times she was trying to figure out how it's going to work.
So there we go. Who's to say? So then they break up. Hannah B, it's between Jed and this guy Peter, or not Peter, Tyler.
Yeah.
Jed and Tyler's the most gorgeous man you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, I interviewed him. It was like Captain America was sitting next to me. Like, this guy, he's not a human. Tyler is very nice. He's a model, gorgeous. And then she chooses Jed the musician. Jed the musician says, I gotta tell you something. I had a girlfriend 5 minutes before I came on this show. So then they break up. She tries to go back to Tyler. Tyler's like, I'm dating Gigi Hadid.
Yeah.
So he's out. Hannah's left burned.
Done.
So Hannah goes to Dancing with the Stars. Wins Dancing with the Stars. Okay. So now she's a reality person we're going to have to deal with the rest of our lives. Peter now, the guy who banged her 4 times in a windmill, is now the Bachelor. Okay?
Gotcha.
He's a pilot. He's a nice enough guy. Not even the fans wanted Peter. The fans wanted Mike Johnson. Now, we're going to go into a lot of names. Mike would have been the first black bachelor, which we haven't had a black bachelor. It would have been great. It would have changed up the show a little bit. So even the audience is like, ugh.
What are you doing?
Fine, we got this Peter pilot guy who couldn't get Hannah off, so now we got to fucking deal with it. So now we got Peter the pilot, and he's got 33 women that are going to come. They've already teased that Hannah might come back. I don't think that's going to happen. I think she just shows up. I think she just is like a mentor type of thing. I've gone through all the names. Everyone's obviously beautiful on the show. I think the people who do best are like nurses, because they're not as like they have an actual career, so they're not like, you know, like the ones that come on
like
like
Instagram models.
Yeah, when you see someone 22 that's like, I'm ready to find my forever, you're like, I don't really buy it.
Yeah,
you know, like I think you're here to find a career forever.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm a huge fan of The Bachelor.
Well, you blew my mind with all these names, bro. You just banging.
I'm sorry.
out the
I'm
names.
trying not to. I'm trying to get myself together for Monday night.
Yeah, it's a big night.
It's a big night. So
what are you gonna do? You gonna be on the couch?
So I'm on the couch. I'm always shirtless. I take my phone and I put it at the TV and I just start screaming.
I'm gonna watch you and The Bachelor.
You'll enjoy it. Commercial breaks. Like my stories, I get like all these views. It's crazy. So we're gearing up for this season.
All right, guys. You heard the preview here on the Captain's Log. Check
That's
him
right.
out.
This is an exclusive.
What's your IG so everyone follows
Jared
you?
Freid. Jared Freid on Instagram. If you go to my Facebook, I think I shared it.
Yep.
It's somewhere on there. But you can find, if you know Instagram, you can find me. That's
all right, guys. Happy 2020. Thanks for watching. Jared, thanks for joining me. And,
pleasure.
Welcome to Naples, buddy. Let's do it.
Beautiful.
Thanks.